Welcome back to another chapter of the Mikado Saga. Last time, Ayame has continued to follow the bouncers as they made their way to Mikado, even though they had to fight Echidna and board an air carrier after they escaped from a deluge after the MSD cargo train crashed. So, this chapter is really gonna start putting two and two together. I can't wait to do this! This is a very exciting chapter right here. Chapter 3, A Deadly Enemy. The good news was that CM Volt and Co. were okay after crashing the air carrier. The bad news was they were now stranded in the middle of nowhere. The Hanging Garden was the perfect place for an enemy ambush anywhere. And just to lighten the mood, they did this cutscene here. Hold on, guys.
I could have 9 lives for this mission, and it still wouldn't be enough.
Just be grateful you're alive.
Yeah. That dome. I'm sure I saw Dominique in there.
Let's go check it out.
Easier said than done.
Ugh. Lousy internet. Ugh. Might as well switch in between them. So, yeah. Ugh. I just hate this internet. It's so bad.
Fancy pets, eh?
I'm sure they're more than that.
Like I said, easier said than done.
Shut up. We don't want them to find us. Special Forces.
Look at all the security. This has gotta be the place. Yeah, Dominique must be in there. Get out of my way!
Ugh. I was hoping they would use Volt's cue as well, like I did so here. Be careful! This is their turf! I hope we're not too late. At times the dog bit the trio. Their fangs were pretty sharp like any other canines, but thank goodness more of them were equipped with... Thank goodness none of them were equipped with rabies. Otherwise they would have been dead from a lethal infection. The strange symbol of the Mikado logo was imprinted on their backs. They're similar to hounders. Neither of the brawlers held back as Co kept slam-kicking each one. Bolt used all his weight as he did a body slam and did some trips, roundhouse kicks, and flips to take them out. Unfortunately, it wasn't easy with the elites in the way. They had to alternate between the dogs and the ninjas. But eventually everything was silent again, and the thick woods weren't too much of a problem. Co wiped his amounts of sweat. Phew, they're faster than those guys back at the city. I know he's here, somewhere. And of course you get this cutscene here. Hopefully the internet will cooperate.
Dominique!
I knew he'd be here.
It's you! How does it feel to have your woman taken away from you? I'll save her after I bust you up. Unfortunately, that's not how this story goes. Here, we have the advantage. You don't stand a chance. You will never get the girl back!
Night vision goggles. What?
Ugh. They used the wrong cutscene. No. Ugh. I'm not sure how I can fix this. Alright, here's that. I got what it takes to save her. He had 4 of his friends. Clearly, he was the head of the special forces. The trio and Ayame were a bit nervous on what the guy can do. He was tough, but they were lucky they didn't have any of those pesky pooches around. Ayame was hesitant on whether or not she wanted to help them. Crazy Crook was very intimidating, especially on how he fights. Even he had the ability to teleport as he disappeared in a puff of smoke and reappeared at a random spot. At least the team wasn't caught off guard as they kept themselves busy with his minions. They were so much easier than him by comparison. Then she saw another team effort as Sion gave the signal. Hey, come on! Volt lunged in from behind the masked man and Sion kicked him in the ribs. He staggered over to Ko and he grabbed him very tight. This ought to finish you off! Everyone heard him, bones snapping as he was ripping his midsection apart. Ow! I wish I could copy that. It was hilarious. He dropped to the ground as soon as Ko let him go. His body remained lifeless, and Sion was the one towering over him. I'm not gonna lose anyone else ever again. Ayame was once again fascinated by his resolve, but she couldn't take the unnerving suspense anymore. The Dragon Ball was just mere feet away. While the trio continued onward, she hopped from branch to branch, her mind racing. She went ahead and saw a huge gap between her perch and another limb. She readied herself and took a leap of faith. Her footing was strong. Too strong. After she sighed with relief, her stomach lurched as she plummeted to the hard ground below. She was out cold and the trio abruptly stopped as they saw her fall. Sion rushed to her and knelt to examine the body, wondering if she was dead or alive. He used her cap as a pillow to rest her head on. It was the only thing available anyway. Ko wasn't very subtle. Upon a close look, great! Another soldier, just what we needed. Ko, can't you be a little more supportive? How is she, Sion? She's not dead, Volt. She's breathing and has a pulse. She did take quite a knock on the noggin, said he saw a bruise. He laid comforting hands on it to help ease the pain. Wake up, kept encouraging her. As soon as her eyes fluttered, he removed it and called the others over. He did want them to give her some space. Ayame felt her sore neck and head as her vision cleared. She blinked several times and almost instantly recognized the people she was following. She backed away, thinking they might do something disgusting or provocative to her. What? Hey, stay away from me! In response, they were speaking in another language, and from the sound of it, it was Japanese. She can't possibly comprehend a single word. What? They continued speaking to her in that gibberish. I can't understand you. Then she realized the white device in her right ear was missing. No, the translator must have been damaged. Damn it! She replaced it in the dialect began to change to translated English again. We were just wondering if you were alive. She realized she had a device that could help her understand the foreign tongue. Yeah, I'm okay. Politely gestured a hand for her to hold. She hesitantly grabbed it, but her touch was weak, as holding a fish. He also gave her back her fallen cap. Thanks. Who are you guys? I'm Sion. These are my friends Volt and Ko, pointed to each man. She introduced herself shyly as Ayame. Are you a soldier by any means? No. A friend gave it to me for protection. I only use it for camouflage. Oh, that's a relief. What are you doing here in the middle of Mikado? You're treading on volatile, not to mention forbidden territory. So I've heard. Damn scrolls. So I've heard. I. I was actually following you guys here. Why? That woman you were trying to rescue, Dominique, was it? Anyway, I was following that girl 'cause she has something very important. Something I really need. Took out the orb. In awe, Sion asked what it was. Ayame said it was a Dragon Ball and there are 7 scattered throughout the world. According to the locator, which picks up their sacred energy, Dominique has one. The dome is where she has to go to next. Well, isn't it lucky for you? We just happen to be heading your way. Look, I'll tell you what. You let me have the Dragon Ball she has and I'll help you rescue her. Deal. Can you fight? I think I know a few basic moves. Before they questioned her any further, let's go save Dominique. We don't have much time left. We could use her help. Right, let's get going. Xion changed to a more serious look. He led on, Ayame followed close behind them. Then the other 2 bouncers took the rear. And they actually saw this cutscene. Hold on a sec.
What kind of crazy operation did he have? It's messed up his mind.
Ugh. I wish they used someone else. So, here you are.
This thing's pretty big up close.
I don't know how we're gonna get past this.
We're not giving up yet.
I don't know how to use this tree, to be honest. Again, they messed up with the cutscenes. Seriously, it needs to do a better job. Ugh. As he ran to it, Ayame followed. He jumped onto each branch with ease, and as soon as he got to the top, a massive piano inside was playing a sorrowful tune. That song. Sion gazed at the dome. His eyes were fixed on the woman playing it. Then his mind drifted away. If you would have picked Sion instead of Volt, you would get this. He had a flashback taking place 2 years ago. 2 parents were in a complete devastation. The mom wouldn't stop crying. In a roomy house, they were talking to Sion. What do you mean an accident? He said in denial. He was growing more resentful and impatient of the news, as the parents were hiding something. There was an accident at Mikado and... Dad trailed off and he couldn't bear to give Sion the news. And what hospital is she in? His voice was cracking in desperation. He never wanted anything to happen to that poor child. She cried harder, resting against Dad's comforting arms. Facing Sion, he said, She didn't make it. Huh? He stood there petrified. He could hardly even breathe, as if he felt his entire heart just shattered. It was a massive explosion. You're lying. Sion! That's a lie! He screamed and then stormed out of the house, leaving his past and the family in the dust of their daughter's death. Back in the present, Ayame was jumping from branch to branch. They were strong, and she would wound up just one limb below where Sion was. Hey, I could use the extending power pole to get us across there. We will get to Dominique and the Dragon Ball in no time. She looked up. She knew she wasn't getting through to him. Sion? What is it? She looked at the woman laying on the bed. She could instantly tell how important she was to him. Still, she didn't think it was her that got him so preoccupied. What is it? The song ended and Sion snapped out of his so-called trance. He looked down at her somber face. Oh, just something that happened a long time ago. Come on, let's get a move on. They both climbed down the tree, and Ayame suggested she'd use her power pole to get in. Elsewhere, you would actually see this. I wish they would use the right cutscene instead. Ugh, terrible.
Wong, transfer Dominique to the Gallios. We will proceed according to plan.
But the satellite control center has not been repaired since yesterday's explosion.
What do you mean, Wong? Dominique has returned. It is now possible. But as Chief Executive Officer, I order you, Wong.
I beg to differ. My allegiance belongs to your predecessor. You are only using the Mikado group to fulfill your own selfish agenda. What would Master Mikado think of your abuse? Please, for your sister's sake.
Then do you intend to stop me by force, Master Wong?
Sorry I had to interrupt, guys. But it just keeps on switching. I actually thought Wong was working for him. Meanwhile, the four were looking over the dome. They wound up on top of it thanks to the power pole. Who is this guy? Ayame said in goosebumps. Well, you're about to find out.
That's Duragan.
Why is that old geezer fighting him? Master?
In Eastern cultures, they say there's only one way to repay one's master, by surpassing him. This is my payback to you, Master!
Oh! Damn it! Okay, I did not see Enter the Dragon before this. This was really cringy. So, Ayame didn't really see all of this. Ayame was close to tears as she saw the horror. Oh no! Who would do this? Well, here it is. Yeah.
No!
Forgive me, Sion. Mikado must be stopped.
Master!
You must do it. Sion.
Master.
I see that you have studied under Wong. That would explain why you've been so difficult to deal with.
I'm avenging my master. And I'm taking back Dominique!
She is my sister. I'm the one who will take her back.
What?
I should thank you for protecting her. Is there any way I can repay you?
Do you take me for a fool?
I guess I have no choice but to fight you then. So be it. I'll show you how it feels to be utterly powerless. I will take on all three of you at once. I shall add another handicap as well.
You sure are confident, bastard.
I was...
Again, they used the wrong bouncer for this. It should have went, "You're out of your mind. You don't stand a chance." Like Sion said. Seeing the Panzer fought off the trio, Ayame is so overwhelmed and terrified by Duragan. Whoa! What is with this guy? I never felt such an intimidating aura before, since maybe Dr. Giraud. She hardly knew that Duragon's left hand was chained behind his back. She wasn't sure if he was either a righty or an ambidextral. Still, his moves were very strong and swift. She made a comment every time when the trio took a hit. Oh boy! Oh no! No! The Panther was just as menacing. With a few ground sweeps, the Panther went down. It did a Trinity Rush, however, Coast Punch missed and Duragon nearly collided with Volt. And Sion was unable to do his kick and he just hesitated. Duragon's double kick was hardly too much for them. Luckily, the battle had turned for the bouncer's favor. Thank goodness it was only one-handed. Who knows if they'll have the same chance if he uses both. Next time, try using both hands. Wong has taught you well. Wish they would have used the right bouncer for this.
I was expecting more from all the trash you've been talking. Now hand over Dominique.
Apparently, I have underestimated you. But how about this? It was fun while it lasted, but I have other more pressing matters. As does Dominique. It is almost time, Dominique.
Oh boy. This is not looking good. She went into the hanging garden instead. She was extremely terrified of what she just watched. Her body was trembling and she broke in a cold sweat. I can't fight him by myself. There's no way I can get the Dragon Ball. I thought I could do this by myself, but I can't. She was close to breaking into tears as she held her head. Then she had a vision of the Z Fighters and Goku. No, I can't give up now. I cannot defeat Duragon. But the least I could do is get some help. Flying Nimbus! She swallowed a lump in her throat and a cloud appeared. She slowly climbed onto it and whispered, We need to get to Goku. It's the only way we could win this and get the Dragon Ball back. Let's get out of here. They got out as discreetly as they could. The dome had an impressive view of the clear sky. Nimbus took off like a yellow comet, though Duragon's mind was somewhere else. And there's a series of cutscenes here. Hopefully I'll have time for this. Otherwise I'll leave it in a cliffhanger.
Please, open up! My sister, she's dying!
Oh dear, where are your mother and father? One moment. Doctor! Doctor! I'm sorry, the doctor's on a house call right now. You'll have to find another hospital.
Please! I don't have anywhere else to go! Please! Please save my sister!
Are you all right? Good heavens! To the hospital, quickly! At once, sir. Master Mikado wishes to adopt you as his son, under one condition.
Condition?
You must become worthy of inheriting the Mikado group. Obviously, you must excel scholastically, but you must also train your body and soul.
I understand. I will be more than happy to return this favor in any way possible.
You will learn all disciplines, for your sake, and for your sisters as well. You have done well in succeeding your father. You've endured harsh training, and you've matured into a young man in whom anyone would be proud. Your father will rest easy knowing that his legacy lies in good hands. From now on, you will lead the Mikado group.
And that's it for this chapter. No doubt everyone is separated. Alright. Then Dorgan recalled the memory of the graveyard. In the present time, the panther shifted back. She laid a hand on him, smacked it away. Enough! I'll prepare Dominique and take her to the gallows myself. We will be together yet. Whatever plans he has with his sister was not good, but at least he wouldn't have the guts to kill her. Yes, Master Mikado. Together they left the dome, leaving Wang's dead vessel behind. Back in Mount Paozu, the Nimbus took Ayame in front of Goku's house. She's actually been there since hours before the sun came up. She began to stir and she startled herself awake. I don't remember sleeping. I thought I would never shut my eyes. Door opened and Gohan was just heading to his high school. Hey, Ayame, how did it go? Were you successful in obtaining the Dragon Ball? No. Goku was also curious. Hey, you alright? What happened? Where do I even start? How about with a deep breath? Take your time and fill us in. She did. When they went inside, she told them everything. From the flight to Mikado to meeting the bouncers, finally to the devastating defeat from Dorgan. Bulma was shocked. Mikado? The Mikado Corporation? You've heard of this group before? Heard? I practically know this company. Capsule Corp has been in a bitter rivalry with them for years, and it looms over various neighborhoods including Edge where Dog Street is located. At first it was a promising with Master Mikado as the head. He was respectable, but he could always rival my father's intellect. We were so close to going bankrupt numerous times. But thank goodness we stayed if it weren't for the dino caps. Unfortunately, we heard he disappeared all of a sudden just a few years ago. We were certain he was killed. The company has laid dormant, but it was wasn't long before it burst into life again. Duragon! That was the assassin back there. He's in charge now. Not only did he take the Dragon Ball, but there was an announcement saying he's about to launch a solar power generator satellite. It'll use microwave radiation, and I'm afraid it could easily cause skin cancer and stuff, or even worse as a weapon. So I've heard. You may be right about this. We gotta stop this thing. But I was unsuccessful. God knows what's going to happen to Sion and the others. And with all those lethal androids, this huge-ass fortress, and maybe his plans for world domination, it's like the Red Ribbon Army and Dr. Wheelo combined. I can't do this by myself. How am I supposed to stop Dorgan and get the ball back now? Calm down. Red was swimming. Man, this guy's a lot more intimidating than we anticipated. What's all the fuss about? Yeah, what's going on? We got trouble, guys. Big trouble. Couldn't stand to hear the same story twice. I need to get some air. What's wrong with Ayame, Dad? Goku told them everything. Heard of evil going on in Mikado. He knew bits and pieces of their business against the family's success. After all, they were both the most dominant companies in the world in terms of money, resources, and fame. That guy needs to be taught a lesson. It's one thing to steal the Dragon Ball and rule the world, but this has gone way too far. I agree, Trunks. Can't possibly imagine that a monster like him would destroy the world with a satellite, massacre Ayame's friends, and hopefully not get his hands on the remaining 6. Can we go and help her, Mom? She was surprised by her son's request, but Goku kind of beat her to the punch. Come on, Bulma. I know they can do it. They've beaten many foes before, and if worst comes to worst, they can always fuse into Gotenks. Besides, I used to take out the Red Ribbon Army in Emperor Pilaf's organization when I was their age. Remember? He does have a point. Please? His face became somber. They do have more skills than Goku did when he first started out. The world still will meet a certain doom if the satellite is launched, or if Doragon could use them. Dragon Balls. Alright. Yeah! As long as Ayame goes with you, she'll be responsible for watching the 2 of you. Stop worrying. I think they'll do just fine. I hope you're right, Goku. I really do. I can't stop thinking about Doragon. He can do anything to make my company and the world suffer in his corrupt clutches. The boys burst out. We'll take Doragon down a notch, right, Goten? Right! Don't worry. You guys can actually do this? I don't want you two to get too confident. This isn't a game, and he's extremely dangerous. He'll be no match for us. Besides, we can always fuse together. And we may know every trick in the book, but he's never dealt with any Saiyans before. Yeah, he can't top us. All right. But you gotta stay sharp and listen to me. I'm in charge here. Hey, Ayame. What is a bouncer? Is it people that just jump all around? No. No. They are people who protect bars and other public places from dangerous criminals. Kind of like security guards. Truth is, this was the first time meeting one. Oh, I see. They climbed aboard the Nimbus. Their friends made a last goodbye and good luck. Even though Ayame forgot where Mikado was, she told the boys to follow her. She constantly goes over the locator. They were about to head into enemy territory. The fate of the world, Dominique, and the bouncers depends on them now. So those are the only Japanese words I can understand. Alright, Magetsu is a total pain, even though he's low level. Sion was the saving grace. Doragon, even to this day, always gives me the creeps. Whenever I see him or fight against him, he always gives me goosebumps and the jitters. I felt so intimidated by his presence, even now. Comments she made whenever the bouncers took hit were based on where you land for. During my teen years, I was always experimenting ideas on who would help the bouncers, besides Ayame. And they were lame. And I eventually picked the Z Fighters because the Boo Saga was coming. The comparison was pretty interesting when Bulma related Mikado to the Red Ribbon Army. Even though it's a crossover with DBZ, it does have some throwbacks to the original Dragon Ball. Kind of like Deja Vu. Another long, difficult chapter done, but the next one will be just as complex. I'll have to divide it into 3 parts because, bouncers will be separated. And I highly recommend the Great Clement's LP. Believe me, it is the best Let's Play you will ever see of the bouncer. He does a fantastic job. Nobody can top him. I mean, Aerith Gainsborough has the footage, which is good, but he splices them all together. It's excellent. So, this is the Ecron Writer signing out. Ugh.